Well, here we are, January 14th, 2022, and the new year rolls in with a pandemic still in place and a lockdown. But at the Town and Country Steakhouse, our friend Steve has found a way to not only bring joy, a place to get together, and awesome food, but immersive dining at its finest. What are you up to?
I got bored during the pandemic.
And we're standing on an ice rink,
Yes, we are.
which is generally your patio.
Yes, which used to be a parking lot. And then the pandemic kicked in, first round, 2021, 22. And anyways, we turned around and turned this into our patio because we had to do outdoor dining. And then as we're sitting around kind of saying, I'm listening to the weatherman saying that this is going to be a very cold, hard winter. And I'm sitting there having a cup of coffee, looking at the patio as we're gathering up all the patio furniture going, it's pretty level. That'd make a really good ice rink. And bing, the light bulb went on and everybody thought I was a fool. And I said, no, we're going to have fun with this. We're going to have lockdowns. We're going to still got to grind through this pandemic. Let's have some fun with it. And we turned our patio into a skating rink. So you can come in and have dinner out on the patio, on the porch. It's covered, it's heated, and then come for a nice skate and burn it off.
And how many seats do you have?
Up there, well, right now we're only allowed 25. That's the limits of the capacity. We can go a little bit more when it's not the restrictions, but we have to follow the rules.
And you've been here for over 50 years?
Almost 50
Almost
years.
50 years, right here at this corner, and you can't miss it.
Nope.
So, but
50
we're
years.
actually on Mary Street. Is that right? Or is
Right
this?
now, yeah,
Where are we?
Barrie Street is that way.
Yep.
And Dunlop Street is that way.
Right, so we're right behind the Town and Country Steakhouse. And you've been in the same location all this time?
The whole time.
Who started the business?
Parents.
And what were you doing as a child 50 years ago?
Washing dishes, mopping floors, doing prep work, whatever they could find me to do to keep me out of trouble.
And how is your family a part of the business now?
My son's in the kitchen helping. My daughter and my other son come on the weekends to help bus tables and some of them bartend, etc. So they all come in and put their fair share. Sometimes my wife has to come in and leave her real job and help me out here, etc. So everybody gets involved. Everybody.
And do you guys come out and enjoy family ice skates, or like how long has it been frozen for? Is this like it's a new concept, but
it froze a little before Christmas. Then we had the thaw. Then it froze again. Then it thawed. But actually, yesterday, my daughter, as I was here finishing it up, my daughter came down and she was the first one to skate on it. So, but we haven't done the full family skate yet. But most likely this Sunday we're going to come down and enjoy it, all of us.
So I didn't really know what to expect tonight. I've been dining at the Town and Country for over 20 years, and I was actually really pleasantly surprised to see that dining outside on your patio was even more elevated, it felt, than dining in the dining room. I thought it was going to be a modified menu. No. How are you doing that type of service when the waiters are...
They're fantastic. They are incredible what they've done. You know what I mean? The hustling that they do back and forth. The first 3 months of COVID when they kicked in and we all sat around and basically stuffed our faces with Oreo cookies, this is a good excuse for us to burn off that extra calories now. But what it was is when we sat down and said, okay, we got to go outdoors and we got to do a patio, I didn't want to build a patio where you're just going to kind of be temporary, some patio in a parking lot and kind of just have, somewhere to have a pint of beer and some nachos. I wanted not a patio, but an outdoor restaurant. So that's where whatever we do it that it's permanent. It's not just because of COVID. COVID just basically kind of was the catalyst to say, let's go for it. And it's worked out very well. And we have more additions and more plans coming for this spring for expansions on the patio because it worked out very well. People are enjoying it. And then, like I said, it's not, I'm going to this restaurant and I'm going to be stuck outside the patio. It's an outdoor restaurant, whether it's summer or winter, as you can see.
Now, did you ever think you would open an outdoor restaurant? Traditionally, the Town and Country Steakhouse has been...
Steakhouses traditionally weren't really an outdoor kind of place.
Right.
They never really were. But you know what? New times. Everything changes now. And either you can sulk about it or just accept it and go with it.
What's the biggest change what's your biggest challenge that you've had during the pandemic?
Supplies, sourcing stuff. That has been the biggest challenge. Everybody's had the shorting staff, all of us. My core staff has been fantastic. but it's actually the supply chain has been really challenging. But we've been dealing with a lot of our suppliers for nearly 50 years, so they've really taken care of us. They've stepped up.
What would you say is like your motto or your mantra or something that you, maybe your voice around this pandemic that you're going to carry into the future?
What I tell my children, you know, you hear a lot of what you think is right and wrong during the pandemic. Everybody's got their opinion, vaccinated, non-vaccinated, and so on and so on. It's been going nonstop. I go, when you hear all these things, you know, you want to listen to everybody's opinion, remember, just like everything in life, you know what I mean, right and wrong is a matter of perspective. So, you know what I mean? The pandemic can be good, it can be bad. It's a matter of perspective. How are you going to take it?
What's been the most joyful experience that you've had in the last 2 years?
Spending a lot of time with my family, number one. Because in the restaurant industry, we're never home for dinner. We're always working weekends. We're always working long weekends. And having that, especially that first 3 months of lockdown where we just said we're just going to lock down, it was really nice just to sit at home and play a lot of football and basketball and cooking and everything else. And just, we spent a lot of time together. We were doing movie marathons every night and stuff like that. But yeah, there were some really good parts of the pandemic that we really enjoyed. There's a lot that we haven't enjoyed, as everybody. But what I want everybody to take a moment and step back and remember the first part of the pandemic when everybody was nice to each other. You know what I mean? There wasn't the politics of vaxxed, non-vaxxed, etc., whatever, lockdown, non-lockdown, that's politics. When people were calling each other and texting each other, are you okay, whatever, we got to kind of remember that and step back to that again. You know what I mean? I really enjoyed that part of the pandemic.
What would you say you're most proud of in the community for like the actions of the community? What would be one of your most proudest, fondest memories of community during this time?
Oh, just the way, you know what? I would say the way everybody stepped up for nurses and everything else and just gave them in the beginning all the, you know, support and praise and everything else, what they were going through. Like, we can complain, but look what they were going through. And just to see the whole community when they were doing all those things for them, I mean, that, you know what, that really showed well. I enjoyed that. That was really good that they did. I mean, supporting them.
Having such a big family in Greece and, you know, having such strong roots here in the Greek community, why are you here?
Why am I here?
Yeah, like when you could have just closed the doors, taken a break right now, spent more time with the family. It's going to be -20 next week. Why are you here?
I'm born and raised in Canada. Canada's been good to me. Barrie's been good to me. You know what I mean? This is my home. As much as my roots are from Greece, and I enjoy going back and visiting, just like anybody likes to go to Mexico or Costa Rica or whatever it is. But, you know, this is home.
Well, one thing you can know for sure is that Steve loves the seasons.
Definitely.
He's not just inside all 4 seasons now running a steakhouse. He's outside in the spring, summer, fall, and winter. And you know why? Barrie is home.